Hello dear students, my name is 𝐄𝐊𝐿𝐻𝐿 and I am your EVS teacher. So students, we have already completed 5 chapters of class 4th EVS and today we are starting a new chapter which is chapter 6 and the chapter is named as Care of Trees and Plants. So this is your chapter 6 and here we are going to talk lot of things about different kind of trees and plants. So you have seen lot of trees around you, haven't you? I'm sure that you must be fond of watching trees, their leaves and other parts. So we are going to start this chapter now. So this is our part 1 of this chapter. So we see different types of trees. We see different types of trees and plants around us, and that is true. You also watch different kind of trees around you. Some trees and plants grow on their own. Yes, some of them grow on their own. You have not to do anything for them. And some are grown by us, but many people are involved in this work. They do the work of plantation. So some are actually grown by human beings or us. Trees are big and plants are small. So this is the difference between word tree and plant. Actually the bigger ones are called tree and the smaller ones are called plants. So let's talk some more things about trees and plants. So there's a part of tree which is called root. So here we are first starting with roots. So what are the functions of roots we are going to discuss. So some parts of trees and plants are below the ground and some are above the ground. So dear students, when you see a tree, when you look at the tree, you are able to see the parts which are above the ground. But you must know that there are some parts of the trees and plants which are below the ground, which are not directly visible to us, but you should know about that part also. The part of trees and plants underneath the ground is called roots. So there is a specific name for that part of tree which is underneath the ground, which is below the ground, and that name is roots. तो बच्चों, आपने बहुत सारे पौधे पेड़ आपके आसपास देखे होंगे. तो उन कई सारे पौधों और पेड़ों में जो एक विशेष बात आपको ध्यान रखनी है वो ये है कि जो ऊपर का हिस्सा किसी पेड़ का या पौधे का आपको दिखता है, उसके अलावा एक हिस्सा ऐसा भी होता है जो कि ज़मीन के नीचे की ओर होता है और उस हिस्से को ही हम रूट्स या जड़ों का नाम देते हैं. तो रूट्स ही वो हिस्सा है जो कि ज़मीन के अंदर की ओर पाया जाता है. सो लेट्स टॉक सम मोर थिंग्स अबाउट रूट्स. Roots keep the trees and plants firm on the ground. So now we are talking about the specific functions of roots. So they keep the trees and plants firm on the ground, absorb water and salts from the soil, because of which plants are able to make their food. So these are very important part of plants actually. So you are going to see the important functions of roots. First one is that they keep the tree or the plant firm on the ground. Second thing is they absorb water from the ground, and the third thing is besides water they also absorb salts from the ground. And finally, because of this, because of water and salt which is absorbed by roots of plants and trees, these plants and trees are able to make their फूड. तो बच्चों, आपको ध्यान रखना है कि जड़ें बहुत महत्वपूर्ण हैं पौधों के लिए. कैसे महत्वपूर्ण हैं? क्योंकि ये जड़ें ही हैं जो किसी पौधे को ज़मीन में सही तरीके से सीधे खड़े रहने में, वहाँ अपने आप को बनाए रखने में सहायता करती हैं. उसके अलावा जड़ों से ही जो मिट्टी में, मृदा में जल होता है और कई सारे लवण होते हैं, उन सभी को सोख करके जड़ें पौधे में ऊपर तक लेकर जाने का कार्य करती हैं या पहुंचाने का कार्य करती हैं। और इसी कारण से इस जल की सहायता से और इन लवणों की सहायता से, सो द वाटर एंड सॉल्ट विच इज़ ब्रॉट बाय दीज रूट्स, ये क्या कर पाती हैं, जो पौधे हैं अपना भोजन बना पाते हैं। तो जड़ें वास्तव में पौधे के भोजन को बनाने के लिए जो मुख्य वस्तुएं हैं उनको ज़मीन से पौधे तक पहुंचाती हैं। सो दिस इज़ द फंक्शन ऑफ रूट्स। सो लेट्स मूव अहेड। Now we are going to talk about a special kind of tree which is called desert tree. The name of this tree is actually khejri, but this tree is abundantly found in desert areas of Rajasthan, and that's why this is called desert tree. Khejri is our state tree. The important thing which you need to remember is that it is our state tree. Its roots go very deep, search for water and absorb it. So you need to remember, as there is scarcity of water, there is lack of water in desert areas, the roots of this tree are actually very deeper. They go deep in the ground and they search for water, which is very necessary for making the food by tree. So here you need to remember that the roots of khejri tree, which is our state tree, are very deep and they actually help this tree to bring the important constituents of food, that is water and salt. Now we are going to talk about one more tree, and that is banyan tree. So banyan is our national tree. The roots of the banyan tree exist outside the ground also. So this is an important feature of banyan tree, that the roots of this tree exists outside the ground. Till now we were talking that root is that part of a tree or plant which is underneath the ground or which is below the ground, but in this tree, which is our national tree, banyan tree, the roots are actually found also above the ground. They hang from the branches of the banyan tree. While growing, they extend further to reach the soil and go inside the ground. So this is about the roots of banyan tree, that the roots while growing extend further to reach the soil. So they extend further to reach the soil and then they go inside the ground. So let's have a look on banyan tree. So here you can see a banyan tree. So this is a very large banyan tree, and generally if you have seen a banyan tree in real, you'll see that banyan tree are very large trees, and here you can see the roots which are coming from the outer area, the upper area, and then again they go back to the soil also. So this is about banyan tree. तो बच्चों हमने दो मुख्य पेड़ों के बारे में जाना, खेजड़ी के पेड़ और बनियान का पेड़ या बरगद का जो पेड़ होता है उसके बारे में। तो खेजड़ी के जो पेड़ हैं उन्हें हमारा राज्य वृक्ष माना जाता है, जबकि जो बरगद का पेड़ है वो हमारा राष्ट्रीय वृक्ष माना जाता है। और इन दोनों की खास बात हमने देखी कि खेजड़ी के पेड़ की जो जड़ें होती हैं वो बहुत गहराई तक जाकर के पेड़ के लिए पानी लेकर आती हैं, जबकि यहाँ हम बरगद के पेड़ की जब बात कर रहे हैं तो आप देख रहे हैं कि एक ऐसा पेड़ है जिसकी जड़ें ऊपर से भी आकर और नीचे की ओर जाती हैं। So let's move, let's see next thing. Now we are going to talk about desert plants. So there are some specific plants which grow in desert area, and they are having important characteristics which actually make them adapted to the desert area. So some of these plants are cactus and snake plant. So roots of cactus and snake plant etc. fully absorb even a small amount of rainwater. As these are desert plants, they are able to absorb even a small amount of rainwater, as the rain in desert areas is very lesser in comparison to other areas. But these plants are having such roots which are able to absorb even a little bit of rainwater. Roots help in keeping the plants strongly grounded. This is very important, that actually roots are very useful for the plant. They are very important part of the plant, so they help in keeping the plants strongly grounded. तो बच्चों, हमने आज जो पेड़ पौधे हैं उनके बारे में बात करी, उनकी जड़ों के बारे में बात करी है। यहाँ हमने देखा कि मरुस्थलीय जो पौधे हैं, जैसे कि कैक्टस का पौधा या स्नेक प्लांट जिसे कहते हैं, ये पौधे बहुत कम वर्षा का जल यदि उपलब्ध हो तो उनको भी ज़मीन से सोखने का कार्य करते हैं। इन पौधे की जड़ें इस कार्य को करने में सक्षम होती हैं। और सबसे आखिर में हम देख रहे हैं कि जो रूट्स हैं, जो जड़ें हैं, वो किसी भी पौधे को वास्तव में ज़मीन पर जोड़े रखने के लिए, ज़मीन पर सीधे खड़े रखने के लिए बहुत उपयोगी होती हैं। सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, इन दिस पार्ट, which was part 1 of our chapter 6, we have seen the importance of roots of the plants, and we will be talking some more things about trees and plants in our next part of this chapter. Till then, thank you so much for watching.